So I just got some parts from a local business I purchased my steel from, called the Steel Shed in Wilton, Iowa. Greatly recommend going to him if you are in the eastern Iowa or western Illinois area and want to purchase some steel. So I recently posted a video about 3D printing and this new 3D printer, or 3D resin printer I'd got in, and didn't get a lot of interest as far as likes and stuff goes, but that's fine. I'm guessing most people who are looking at this channel are mostly just interested in the construction of a wrestling ring, and that's fine, because I'm not really doing this for likes or anything. It's really just to document the whole process of the crap I'm going through to start a promotion in the area. And one of those big things is, actually constructing a ring. And so here's my my verticals. This is on the side of the ring. These are what hook into, or latch, or whatever word you want to use to these go into the side posts, or the vertical posts, ring posts. Here's my I got these cut to 9.5, and the reason why I wanted a 9.5 is because mainly because I save a lot of money on purchasing a 20-foot canvas, because if you have a 20-foot ring, 20 by 20, you're gonna have to purchase a 22 by 22 canvas, and the price difference is actually pretty significant. It's about $150 to $200 more just for that couple extra feet on each side. So with this being one end and that being the other end, as far as the side of the ring, I had originally planned for there to be about a 4-inch piece that held up the side of the ring. And dealing with the steel and stuff like that, I realized I don't actually need a 4-inch. And it's expensive. A 4x2 is expensive. So I'm just going to probably use a 2x2, which looks exactly like this. And it'll go right there, like that. And of course I've got my bigger pieces, and these will latch on like that and slide into, it's probably hard to tell just from this, but it'll slide into a larger tube that I have welded onto the side of this, and this would actually be about 4 foot tall from the floor, the ground, to the top of the side. So here's how thick it is, and very little of that is actually the burr. Most of that is the actual steel itself. So something I put thought into it, but something I didn't really, put a whole lot of thought into was the weight. I'll talk about that more in a second. Let me get it constructed or put together, not welded yet, and I'll show you why that was such a big deal. So here's the fully constructed half side. So this isn't actually a full side. Let me see if I can get a better shot of it. It's about 9.5 feet. Well, actually it is 9.5 feet. And together with the posts and the vertical support, that'll be right here. It'll be just shy of 20 feet. So back on the topic of weight, this thing, when welded or stuck together, weighs a lot. If I had to guess, 200, 180, something like that. So I'm really glad that I did construct this, or plan for sections instead of the construction of the whole ring, because there's no way that I would have been able to construct this as a with 20-foot sections without you know, going with the smaller size steel. Say there's 3/16. Actually, no, that's a quarter angle. Here's 3/16 steel tube, and there's no way I would have been able to do it. You know, in a 20-foot section, each piece would weigh, you know, close to 400 pounds, and it would be really rigid. I probably wouldn't need the vertical support at all. Just like I believe WWE's rings don't have a vertical support in the middle on the sides that go from the floor to the side of the ring. But another big thing for me was the ability to transport it. I don't own a 20-foot trailer, you know, so and actually I think you would end up having to purchase a 22-foot trailer, yeah, which I don't own and I don't want to own. So yeah, I'm really glad I kind of designed this to be in sections. The next hardest part is going to be the joist design. I had originally planned for there to be, see, there's 4 supports here. There's you know, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That there was also going to be 4 joists per section. Like this would be close to the posts. So, and each one is kind of there to basically hold up the joists of the floor. So the joists are the bars that run horizontally. They'll be under the wood and will actually hold up your floor. So again, each one of those would have actually been really heavy. Most are designed that way because and they're designed, other companies design them out of 11 gauge steel, which is 1/8 of an inch thick, which is quite a bit thinner than that, and it gives it a lot of flex. And then if they bend, then you can kind of turn it back over and put, you know, one end on a block and put the other end on a block, and you can like stand in the middle of the beam and it'll bend it back into shape after a little bit. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted something rigid, and I want to get my flex or the compression when guys land in the middle of the ring. I shouldn't say guys, but when people land in the middle of the ring, the compression is going to come from a actual compression spring, similar to what you would find in a vehicle. So yeah, so originally I had planned this with 5, but after actually looking at it, I decided to just go with 4 joists per section. This is going to be the joist for the middle of the ring. So it's kind of a bit to explain now, but you'll see a lot more about this centerpiece. This will be the center of the ring in a little bit. When I say center of the ring, I mean center of the side of the ring, not the actual center of the floor. And so in my next video, I'll have it welded up. I'm really kind of debating on if I should try to film the welding process. I kind of don't see a point, because you can't really learn to weld from a YouTube video, in my opinion. It's something you've got to actually practice for yourself. And if somebody were to go out and buy a welder from Harbor Freight and try welding for the first time and building a wrestling ring, it's probably not going to work out. You'll lose money. So which is, I'm not a welder by trade, so I found a quality welder that you know, I paid, you know, well for, so that I could have a ring that would last a really long time, and I'm not gonna lose any sleep about it falling apart or breaking during a show. So I guess stay tuned for the next video. Real quick, look how long that is. While it actually seems long, one of the coolest things that, if you're a wrestling fan that's watched wrestling on TV all of your life, you don't really see how well, or like what you know, such a good job that camera guys do at making a 20 by 20 ring feel or look like it's, you know, 40 by 40. Man, if this was all just one piece, man, that would be freaking heavy.